So whoever comes to Kepler is onboarded, either staff or students. We have orientation week every time that students come in at Kepler, admitted at Kepler, and we introduce them to the D&I and the policies around D&I, including sexual harassment, including discrimination. We don't expect them at the first week or 2 weeks or months to be to understand really what D&I is, because it's even a new concept in our African context. So we make sure that we allow them to make mistakes, but through the support, with the support that we have, we make sure that they understand day per day. And also we do class observations and give feedback to the staff to make sure that if there is something we have seen in the classes that students probably are excluding students with disabilities, or excluding refugees, or like laughing to the accent of other students because they don't speak good English. We give those feedback to the instructors, and they make sure they have discussions with them, with students. So we make sure that our norms are clear enough to the students, and we are repetitive and do capacity building, have focus group with students, do the audit surveys, the campus climate audit surveys, to make sure that we are correcting mistakes, because we expect mistakes to happen when we are from different background, different history, when we have different beliefs, different religions. We expect mistakes to happen, but we make sure that we give people time to learn. We give people time to do their research. We share articles, videos, time to time, to make sure that the whole community at Kepler understand what D&I is, so that they can be able to help or to uphold that culture at Kepler. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your reflection, Laura. I think we're almost ready for the breakout session. I'm asking the facilitator if there are some notifications. We'll be addressing some of the questions were asked participants maybe after the breakout session, or the team can discuss on those questions as well.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Desalegn. We are going to launch the breakout sessions now. There are 3, it's been launched. So there are 3 main rooms to continue this conversation and to dive even deeper in the specific areas. The first area is in diversity inclusion. There's another room on gender diversity, and then there's a room on marginalized communities, refugee communities, etc. So please, we're giving you the opportunity to select which room you'd like to join. If you hover over the number, so on the extreme right of the title of the room, if you hover over it, you can just click which room you would like to join.
Can I ask on gender diversity? I think it's Dina, and I have marginalized communities.
Yeah, so gender diversity is okay. It's Dina. Okay, yeah. So we will switch that. Okay, thank you, Leon.
Sorry, I can't see the rooms they are talking about.
Okay, so if you look at the bottom of your screen, where all the the settings are, where you have chat, etc., you should see breakout rooms.
Okay, sure.
When you click on that,
yeah. Okay.
When you click on that, yes. Okay. So you can select which room to go into, please. I see 2 people have joined room. Perfect. Okay. Started. Great. There's no one in front. I'm sorry?
You just hover over there. That's what you said?
Yes. Hover over the number. You see where it says right next to the name, you see.
All right.
And it pops up join.
I'm great.
It was great to hear you.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry. Hi everyone, I'm removing my mask.
So, shall we wait for some time? Shall we start or wait for 1 or 2 minutes? What do you suggest?
Please.
Can probably start.
Start, okay. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are. So now we'll have.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Hello?
Yes, so there is a quick feedback for the breakout rooms after the sessions. This will be done by the facilitators in the breakout rooms who are
Hello everyone, could we meet?
So if there's Dr. Solomon, Dinah and Leon will be given that. Come back to the breakout sessions. So you may, Dr. Dessa, you may join one of the
Hello?
Hello, please can you ask her to check her microphone?
I think
Vanessa, please join. Vanessa, please join gender diversity.
Lillian?
Yes, yes, I'm
Can you
here.
off? Can you?
I'm here.
We thought maybe the sound was coming from you. Is there somebody having a conversation?
Yeah.
I think the hosts are having a conversation in the general plenary. That's where it is coming from, I think.
Shall we start now? I think it's okay now. So is there anyone voluntary to be a rapporteur? And at the end, he can summarize the report. Anyone from the team, the group? Anyone? Volunteer? Anyone? Peter? Are you there?
Hello.
Are you okay?
Solomon.
Yeah, we're just looking, a reporter for this breakout session. So.
All right. No problem.
Okay. Can you take? Okay, that's good. Thank you, Peter. So as you know, in the plenary session, we have discussed issues to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And this breakout session is more to hear your reflection. Do the issue raised by the panelists resonate with the participant or by you guys? So how do you feel it? So we have about 4 questions that we are going to discuss in the remaining time. And the other one, what unique focus specific to in terms of gender diversity, disability inclusion, marginalization, community, race, multiculturalism, and the experience do the participant have in their institute, in your respective institute. So we'll have the remaining 2. So you can reflect on those issues raised by the panelists. And now it's open to you. You can raise or you can unmute for whenever you want to speak.
I have a question.
Yeah, yes, go ahead.
What do you think has been the progress in terms of students with learning disabilities? So maybe it's not so obvious that they have any kind of disability, but they take much longer to read, to comprehend, and to even take tests, or they're dyslexic. What do you think has been the progress with that within African higher education institutions?
Okay. Is that the question directed to me, or you can reflect?
It could be anybody, yes, but if you would like
Anybody,
to
yeah.
answer too, please feel free.
Yeah, feel free, please reflect.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Awo Mana Esiedu. I'm sorry I missed the panel session. I came in at the end because I had another engagement earlier on. But I think the question is an important one that I think is only beginning to be addressed, at least in my institution. Because when we look at even the categories of students with disability that we cater for, as at now, it does not include students with learning disabilities. And I think primarily it's an issue of diagnosis or discovering which students have these difficulties. That's, for me, that's a basic issue. We do have international students coming in and they come with reports of their diagnosis of their condition, so they are aware of their difficulties, or maybe they are, and so they come with reports, and then we have to accommodate them because they already have some assessment done. So what the University of Ghana is seeking to do now, the new policy direction, is to have a way of assessing students early on in their enrollment, so that we know which students have such disabilities. Then we can find ways of accommodating them. So it's just at the beginning, I would say, with our institution. So
thank you.
Thank you all. Go ahead. Others? I think maybe to reflect for the first question, as you know, students with disability come from a society with a misconception about disability, and they come through an education system with limited inclusion resources. They need to be coached, mentored, and monitored, and they will be requiring an additional academic support compensation for disadvantaged education experience while they were in low class. So it's not, the progress is not as a dynamic one, very progressive, because they came from, with a lot of challenge, but there are a lot of changes actually. One of the challenges, integration. And I believe that integrating with other students are also another challenge at the beginning. They want to marginalize themselves. They don't want to integrate. They seek, other individuals having a disability rather than with a person without disability. So one improvement which I observed is, integrating to the other community. And the other one is, academic performance. It requires intensive resource support and tutor and mentoring that will help a lot, to progress to a better academic performance. So, which I observed is, yes, as it has been stated by the second speaker, it's good to have case-by-case management. There are persons with disability having, a multiple type of disability. And there are individuals also having hearing loss or vision impairment. So the institute, the way the institute managing all those matters for the success of the scholars. Over.
Thank you, Solomon.
I have another question for, I think, anyone from the Gandhar team or anyone else who has insights. I know Dr. Solomon has spoken about misconceptions and sort of mindsets that people have towards young people with disabilities. So I think there's a lot of different mindsets involved. Like there's the mindsets of maybe people with decision-making power within the university, the faculty and staff, the employers, the potential employers for these young people, their families and communities, and even themselves, sometimes the barriers they can perceive as well. So I'm just wondering what has worked in your experience in changing mindsets? And maybe the strategies are different for different people, I'm not sure, but I'd love to hear more about how you've gone about changing mindsets and helping people see, I guess, both the potential of young people with disabilities and the importance of inclusion.
Thank you, Helen. Anyone having a reaction? Dr. Mika, please go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and good morning. In the University of Gondar, there have been, since almost the beginning of the university as an institute of public health, there was an orientation towards inclusion and service to members of the community with different types of disadvantage, including persons with disabilities. And there was a long-standing commitment to inclusion, but it became more formalized when the university established the